Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope that you can all hear me. If you can't, wave your hand, but can you hear me okay, Tracy? Awesome. Hello, Margot. I've got you muted at the moment, so if you're answering, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm here, Lou.
Hello, hi Jeanette and Jan,
Lovely to hear you.
Rosie and Anne and everybody that's online. So thank you all for joining tonight for the team training. My name is Louise Macgregor. I am a gold executive with ASEA. Today is the 19th of June 2018. This is my first time doing team training, so be kind to me. I've had a big day. So welcome to the Shine Bright team training meeting, where our growing ASEA family gathers to learn and develop our skills in furthering the mission of ASEA, to help hundreds of thousands of people around the world live a healthier life while achieving their own personal and financial aspirations and dreams. Many healthcare professionals are calling ASEA's products the greatest scientific breakthrough in health science, anti-aging and athletic performance of our lifetime. They're saying this science discovery is as big as the discovery of penicillin and DNA. So the intention of this call is to support you to gain the maximum benefit from using ASEA's products and to empower you to share this extraordinary technology with the people in your life. So making a living while making a difference. We ask for your cooperation to not record this call and to not distribute it to mass media or social media sites. So no Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, please. The call is recorded and it will be posted in the Shine Bright Team Facebook community and the team support website at www.shinebrightteam.com/blog/. So I encourage you to invite all your associates to this call, but it is not intended for general public use. So I'm going to, like I say, bear with me. I'm going to share my screen now. And hopefully you will see what I can see. And I'm just going to go to this PowerPoint here that Nicole has shared with me about what's coming up in the events. Oh, that's not helping me. View. Let's go. Can't get there. Sorry.
Just slideshow, Louise.
Sorry?
Just slideshow up the top. Just go to
Thank you. All my beautiful helpers from beginning. Yay, thank you. Okay, so next week, it's actually this week, it's tomorrow, the 20th of June, we have the Triple Diamonds, Bart and Melissa Cotter, who are the experts in the house. I just got to try and move this because it's not allowing me to see what's going on down the bottom. And neither can you probably. Any tips on moving this? Oh, there we go. I'll move that over here somewhere. Wednesday, 20th of June, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. So we've got two of those at the advancinglifeintro.com. It's not moving. So the expert in the house recordings are all saved to the redoxdiamonds.com site. So you'll be able to have a look at them there whenever they're on. The Residual Income Training Day with Clay Stevens will be a one-day only event in Brisbane, Sunday 29th of July, and Melbourne, if you're tuning in from there, on 4th or 5th to be advised. If you haven't done RI training with Clay, he really is the expert in network marketing and building a business, so absolutely worth going to that. We've also got, I think these are also the diamond events. We've got Sydney Sunday, June 24th. From 1 to 5, that again will be Bart and Melissa Cotter and Kim Hill, who is the ASEA Sales Director for Australia and New Zealand. We've got Sally Diamond is speaking in Mackay on Saturday the 30th of June, so if you've got people up that way, they can go to Magpie Sporting Club to listen to Sal talk up there. In September, we have the ASEA Global Convention in Dallas, so hopefully there's lots of people going to that from September 6th to 9th. If you haven't already booked your tickets, if you have joined as an associate in the last 90 days, you can purchase a ticket for that, still at the cheaper price. So if you're going to stay there, the Gaylord Texan Resort is where the convention's being held, and Doesn't that look spectacular? That would be lovely to go to. In Brisbane, Saturday, September 15th at Fitzy's at 12:30 for a 1 p.m. start. So there'll be another diamond event there. And Melbourne, Sunday, September 16th. Sydney, Saturday, September 22nd. Tickets for all the field run events will be available at the asiaevents.eventbrite.com.au and also through the Facebook group ASEA Diamond Events. What's going on there? You have logged in from another device. I don't think so. But anyway, we'll just say that. Okay. Hopefully, that's taken me then. February 2019, we have the ASEA Australian Convention at the Gold Coast Convention Centre. We've got vision training on Friday the 15th with Tyler Norton, and then Saturday the 16th is the full day event. So you can get early bird tickets until July 31st. So good idea to get in early for those. Don't want to miss that event. We all learn great things at the convention and they're very motivating. Then also on February 17th, there is peak performance training with the keynote speaker, Dr. Darren Wiseman. So you need to get your early bird tickets for that as well. All right, now, if I get rid of that and we go back to, don't want to share my screen anymore, which is somewhere I've got stop sharing. Where's all my helpers? Sorry.
Just up the top. You are not far.
Up here?
Yeah, right at the top. Where you went to it first.
Yeah.
Right at the top of your screen, it should be.
I don't want to stop the recording.
Not stop recording.
No, I don't want to do that.
No, go right at the top of your screen.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be up there.
No, I haven't got it.
Maybe view options.
I think I can see it down the bottom, Louise, like there's the mute and the video and there's the red stop share.
Oh, here's this one then.
Okay.
I don't know why yours was down
Thank
the bottom.
you.
That's kind of weird.
I'm back. We're back. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you tonight was about prospecting new people using basically 4 questions, but just to talk about what that's like to try and find new people and to prospect them, because we all know that when we start with ASEA, we have our great, amazing results and we're all super excited and we want to tell the world, and it can come out like blah, 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 blah. You know, love this product, it's great. You've got to get onto it. I've had this great experience. My scars have got better, or whatever's happened. And we tend to be a little over exuberant sometimes with people. So what happened for you and your great result that you had with the product, that may not be what happens for someone else. That might not be what they're looking for. That might not be their problem. So you go up to them, and if I was to say, you know, it's really helped my scars, they might think, well, I don't have scars, so how's this going to help me? So we're really in the business of building relationships first. So really important to build relationships and talk to people and find out what it is that is their problem. So and you need to listen. So if you have someone that you haven't seen for a long time, connect with them first. Like, don't contact them straight away if you haven't seen them for ages and straight away start telling them about ASEA. Contact them, say hi, what's happening with you, what's happening with your family, what's happening with your health and your job, and just really, really listen to what they're talking about. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we need to listen twice as much as we speak. So listening to what they're talking about to you and finding out what their problem is. So don't make assumptions about what you think their problem is, because it might not be anything like what you think it is. And they let them talk about themselves. So listen to what they're saying. And pay attention, because it might not be their health. It might be that their finances aren't great. It might be that they need more time. It might be that they want less stress in their life. It might be that they want fewer working hours, or have more income or whatever, want to travel more. So you need to really be listening and be attentive to what they're telling you. So you might say, look, I was thinking about you the other day, after you've had that conversation, you contact them later and say, if you could improve anything in your life, what would it be? So again, they might say, well, look, it'd be great if my sore shoulder wasn't there, or it might be great if, if I had more money because we're really struggling financially. So ask them about that. Listen to what they're saying. Find out what's not working in their life, okay? And find the problem that they're experiencing before trying to find the solution. So once you're aware of what their problem is, then say to them, how different would your life be if that showed up tomorrow. So if we could actually change what it is the problem, so if you're having issues with your health, if you're having issues with your finances or whatever it is, or if your debts are mounting up, whatever is the problem, how different would your life be if we could fix that tomorrow? So the next question you want to ask them is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about, sorry, wrong question, number 2, if that showed up tomorrow, how different would your life be? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about making that happen? And what are you going to do to make that happen? You know, so what we want to do is we want them to work through this. We're not just going to tell them what their problem is. We're not going to tell them what the solution is. We want them to work through it and come up with the answer. So the fourth question is, what's keeping you from creating that? What's keeping you from making that happen? So once you've talked to them about all those problems, think about and what their problem is, and helping them find, ascertain what their issue is. You can then go on and say, well, what will you do from there? So you need to say to them that you already know, think about what you know about that person, think about what their complaint is, and help them decide what to do. Knowing about them and knowing what their problem is helps you decide what you need to send them. So what video you want to send them through Genie, or what information you want to send them, what studies you want to send them. So, and then you want to have a call to action. So you want to say to them, well, look, let's go have a meeting together. I've got something that I think that can help you. I'd really like to get together with you to discuss it. There's lots of information that there is to tell you about it. So too much to tell you over the phone. I really think if we can get together, then I can have a chat to you and explain how I think I can solve your problem from there, and then just go from there. So it's a very brief training that I'm doing this evening, because now it's only 7:15. But basically, what I want to say is that it's very important to be your authentic self always. When you're talking to people, just always be you. You know, people will pick up if you're trying to be something that you're not. So form relationships with people, chat to them about what's going on in their life, be very attentive, be listening to what they're talking about, and always be your authentic self, always keep your heart open, and just go from there. Come from a place of genuine love and desire to help. We've all got a gift that we're offering to people. I think it's really important we remember that, because sometimes when we're talking to people, you know, you might think, oh, I don't want to bother them or whatever. You're not bothering people. You have a gift to offer them. So always remember that. And basically that's what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. So very brief. Does anyone have any questions for me? And I have to try and unmute everyone, or maybe Nicole, you can help me here. I'll unmute.
You can just unmute themselves if they have a question.
Okay. Anybody got a question on my very brief training this evening?
Yeah, just what was point number 3 again?
So I'll go through them again. Question number 1. If you could improve anything in your life, what would it be? So we want them to think about what's happening in their life. We want them to think about the problems that they're having, and we want to help them find a solution. But we want them to work through these questions so that they can help find a solution. And, you know, if they're not saying, so look, everything's great. And I've had people say to me, look, everything is great in my life. You know, I don't need to change anything. So how's your health? Oh, yeah, you know, I've had this little pain here, and I've had this, and my husband's got that, and blah, 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 blah. And you know, people get used to living their life the way that they do. They don't think about sometimes the things that are commonplace to them, because it becomes normal. So again, if they say no, everything's great, well, how's your job? You know, are you enjoying your job? Do you like your job? Is it are you your finances great? You know, how you're going financially? You know, we could all do with more money. I know I can a lot of times. Do they want more time? Do they want less stress? You know, do they want fewer working hours? So just help them work through those questions. That's question number 1. If you could improve anything in your life, what would it be? Question number 2, how different would your life be if that showed up tomorrow? So what would change in your life if your health was better? You know, how would that affect your family? How would that affect your job? If your finances were better, how much pressure would that take off you and your family? You know, what would change in your life? So you really want them to think about that, and you want them to feel that emotion around those questions too, about how different their life would be if that could happen. Question number 3, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about that? What are you doing to make that happen? So how serious are you about trying to change that in your life? You know, and if they say, well, look, I'm really serious, you know, I'd really like my health to be better. I'd really like to find more money because we're struggling every week. Or, you know, I'd really like to be stressed a lot more. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would they like? And the fourth question is what's keeping you from creating that? What's keeping you from making that happen? So making them think about it, making them work through those 4 questions, and that way you're helping them find the solution too. Because what I have found is if you go up to people and you straight away say, you know, I've got a seer and it's great and it's wonderful, and again, I've had people say to me, I don't have any problems in my life, you know. So you've got to find what their need is, and that's about listening to them and helping them work through those questions and finding out what they need in their life. So once you get to that, it's a lot easier to move on from there and to know what you need to send them. So if it is a health condition, then you will probably send them the video just about the product itself, you know. And if there's somebody that you know is not going to watch something for a long time, then I would just send the 3-minute video, probably Alan Noble's 3-minute video. If there's someone you think is going to get a bit more out of it and they're happy to watch and they like to learn, then I'd send the 11-minute video. If there's somebody that you think is it's to do with their finances, then I would send the one that includes the business opportunity. So about figuring out what they need, and it's going to be so great when Nicole's done her thing with the funnels and whatnots. That'll be great, because we won't have to decide. The people will decide what they are looking for. So basically that's the 4 questions, and working through that with people and helping them figure out what they need. Because once they work through that and they figure out what their problem is and they find that you can have a solution to that problem, it becomes a lot more personal than you just recommending a product. And then go from there, you know, book your presentations, and if they say to you, look, you know, I can't really afford it, basically I'll go back to that question about how serious are you from 1 to 10 to make this happen. But also, if they say they can't afford it, a good idea is to say, well, look, what if I could get you to a point where you didn't have to pay for it, you know? I mean, my goal for my people is to get them all to a point where their product's paid for. That would be awesome. So perhaps we could say, well, let's have a presentation. How about you get a number of your people together that you know? Let's have a presentation, and if we can get a couple of people who also want to join a seer and want to improve their health, then we sign them under you. So straight away, once they sign, they've got people straight away helping them get their product. So that's a really great way to get around that too. So, and you know, even sometimes when people say, I can't necessarily afford something, I have some people who say that, but then they tell me they just spent $400 at a naturopath, you know, in the last week. So I guess you've got to kind of compare it back to how serious they are and what are they comparing that cost to. So any other questions? Hope I'm making sense.
Perfect, Louise. And I think discussing those questions with them and getting their backstory gives you an idea of how serious they are as you're going along. And also possibly, you know, that last question you said, I can't afford it, then it gives you a bit of leverage around, let's not look about whether you can afford it or not, but let's have a look about how much you value this. And then if you value it, then let's make some commitments around it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So well done with the training.
Oh, thank you. And absolutely, and I've actually been saying to my clients, you know, that come to me with the health issue. If people are coming to you and telling you all the time, I've got this problem going on, and back to that, how serious are you? We all know that we've got to set realistic expectations, you know, for this product to work and do its job, whether it be financial or with our health. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. So, you know, saying to people, well, look, you know, I can help you, but you've got to do what I tell you to do, basically. So, you know, if they come to me and say, yes, I want to help my health or whatever, but oh no, I'm not going to do that because, you know, I'm not going to commit for that long. So, well, then I can't help you. So if you want me to help you, then you've got to commit to it, and you've got to be prepared to be consistent and persistent and to set some realistic goals. So I think that's really important to be adamant about that, because, you know, we are in the business of helping people. That's what we want to do. We want to create change for their life, whether it be health or finances. And we're not doing them a service if we're encouraging them just to do something for a couple of weeks, you know. So we want to help them properly. We want them to have good results. And I think that comes across in our passion, you know, of what we do. We all have had our great experiences. Be a storyteller, you know, tell your story. That's all people need to hear is what's happened for you. So we're in the business of sharing, not convincing. And, you know, as I say, if you just be authentic all the time, be your authentic self, I'm very big on authenticity, then people will see that you're genuine. They will hear your story and look at how well you are. You know, people say to me all the time, gee, you look really well, you know, and I say, well, that's because I drink a SEER and I use Renew 28. So just be you. Any other questions?
That's awesome, Lou. Fantastic.
Well, anyway, it's first attempt, so... But there you go, see? So what you can see is that anybody, even if it's not perfect, you can get onto a Zoom call and give a talk. So we don't all have to be perfect. Oh, Sal, hello.
Great job, Lou. I turned my video on, but I'm in the bath, so I don't think you all need to see that.
I don't think we do, but thanks for sharing, or maybe not sharing, as the case may be. So if no one's got any more questions, like I say, my 3 rules for life. Keep God at the center of everything that you do. Always be your authentic self. That's all you ever have to be. And always keep your heart open, because all the love will flow in and out. And you're coming from a place of love and genuineness and authenticity with this product. It is God-given, and we need to share it with the world, because the world needs it. So go out there, share the molecules, believe, belong, become, and make the world well.
Well done, Lou.
Fantastic, Lou. Thank you so much. Thank
Good
you.
job.
Now, I've got to also say that next week's topic is finding new people through the power of blogging with the beautiful Nicole Dennis.
Oh,
So, thank you, Nicole, for doing that one next week. I hope what I've said has made sense to everybody. If not, by all means, contact me, and I'll try and explain it a bit better when I don't have the pressure of 1,000 people watching me.
you did great. You did awesome.
But thank you all very much for your support and all your lovely comments that are coming through here. I appreciate very, very much. And yep, good luck with your business. Have a wonderful week. We're a little bit early, but that's, I'm sure, no one minds.
Fantastic. We'll see you at 8. Miriam is interviewing someone at 8 p.m. So
Awesome. And I'm actually, next Tuesday, I will be back interviewing somebody as well who's had a major change with, I can't say what it is because we're not allowed, but a very serious health condition that she has come off just about all her medications for. So I'm looking forward to speaking with her next week.
That's so exciting.
All right. Is that okay? Is that enough? Do you need me to say anything?
Actually, Lou, this is a training call, so there's no problems with compliance on this call. This call is not for purposes of making a sale or anything like that. This is a training call. So I would be brave and open and say exactly what the condition is that you're interviewing on.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Justin. Okay, so the person that I'm interviewing has fibromyalgia and has had it for quite some time. She was on a SEER for a while, and I got her on the product about probably a bit over a year, maybe a year and a half ago, and she took it for 2 months and didn't think that it was doing too much and stopped taking it. Bad move. But anyway, she didn't think it was doing too much, so she stopped, and within 2 weeks all of her pain came flooding back. So that was a light bulb moment for her that you know, she needed to be on the product. So she went back on the product at the time, and she's been on it ever since. Now she does also see me for key therapy as well, but a SEER has made a huge difference to her life, and she noticed that when she did stop. So she's actually come off all her Lyrica, come off all her Topamax, and has halved her NDEP. So that is an awesome result. And, you know, she's very excited. She's sharing the molecules with other people. And, yeah, she's had really good results with fibro. And those of you who know or have fibromyalgia know it's not an easy thing to treat. And some doctors don't even recognize it as a genuine health challenge, which it is. But, yeah, she's had really good results. So she's going to come on and speak with us next week. I'm looking forward to interviewing her and tell us about her experience and what life is like before a SEER and what it's like after for her with her fibromyalgia. So tune in for that one. Bring all your peeps.
That's awesome.
That sounds great. Thanks for sharing. I'm excited.
Be good.
Any announcements, Nikki?
No, nothing specific. I think Lou went through them all at the beginning. Lou had some slides, so that's fantastic. If anyone wants to watch the replay of the webinar we did last night, that is available still till through this week. And yeah, and we'll have our blogging websites and stuff launched soon, which is super exciting. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check out the webinar from last night. Check out the course that Kat will be doing. I'm going to be doing it live again, and jump onto that if that's something that interests you. Be super
And
fun.
also the early bird runs out just a few days, right, Nikki?
Oh, the 22nd. Yeah.
Put that link up for people.
Yeah, I'll put it up. Hang on.
Alrighty. So we're going to wrap this up.
Great work, Lou. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a great week. Believe, belong, become. Go spread those molecules with everybody and make them all well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone. See you all at 8.
Take
Bye.
care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.